What the heck was that? Well, this is another episode of Mortal Kenny's collection review, and we're excited because we're going to be reviewing one of the cornerstone pieces of my collection, and I'm really excited to show this one off to you guys. It is a Midway, well, Arcade1up Midway Legacy Edition, and we're going to show off every single thing that's included in this. I wanted to get this out now because it's going to be going out of style. They did announce that they're going to be making a new one of these that has going to have like a live aspect to it, like online multiplayer. It's going to be really great. But doesn't mean that this one is ready to be tossed aside. This one still has some cool features to it that you may want to consider getting if you haven't yet, and we'll go over that. Felix is here, my co-host, the best in the business. Say hello. There he is. Yeah, he's a little scared, all the screaming and all the, this is rated, what, MA-17, but Felix is almost 2 years old, so in dog years, he's pretty much there, right? So he can handle this one. He's on board for it. This game, obviously, here's the reason why I got it right here. It's Mortal Kombat 2, and this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, arcade game of all time. So naturally, I had to have this in my collection. Jeez, that had to hurt. Well, whatever happened to the friendships? Am I right? I mean, come on now. That was brutal. So let's talk about the gameplay for this. It's very good. It reminds you, it's arcade quality. If you look at this setup right here, these are designed to take a beating. I love how it has the Mortal Kombat 2 layout. It does have the run button for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. So you can be very cheesy when you're fighting your opponents. Running them and throwing them. That's right. It has the DCS Sound System. I mean, as you heard, this thing is cranking. So if you really want to upset some neighbors or people who may live above you, hey, go right ahead and you will hear some very loud screams as you just heard anytime you want to the comfort of your own home. You can see that being quite annoying for some people, but not for us. We're used to that. Layout itself, absolutely incredible. Love the light up marquee. Thing just stands out. I do have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade1up, and does not have the light up marquee, and it does make a difference. I mean, we'll turn the lights off in here and just put those on. It reminds you of a dark, dingy arcade. One that I used to know called DG's Arcade. Or was it DJ's Arcade? You weren't born, so you wouldn't know. But it actually, it's really funny because it actually had two Ninja Turtles on the side of the arcade, but it was like one of the most like probably, corrupt places that there ever could be. And you go in there and it would just, let's just drop it at that. But it just gives you that old school style arcade feel to it. It does have the riser, which was big for me. When the original one came out, it didn't come with a riser or a light up marquee, so that's why I was hesitant to get it. I'm glad I didn't because my friend did, and we played it, and it really wasn't very good, the original one. It just had Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and Ultimate, and the picture was kind of grainy. It wasn't clear. Definitely needed some work. I think Arcade1up rushed it, but it was only $300 when it came out, so it was sort of a steal. It did have the Mortal Kombat 2 artwork on it, just like this. But I actually think this one looks better. It's more updated. The color's a little more vivid. You got the MK2 right there. And the riser is awesome too. I mean, that's just straight out of the arcade. So I'm glad I waited. They did have a Costco version of the original one that came with a riser, I think a light up marquee, and a stool. But there ain't no Costco's around here, right? I mean, where are we gonna find that? So we were out of luck, but we got lucky with this one when it came out. I even saved the box. I'm such a Mortal Kombat fanatic, obviously, and I've learned my lesson on saving boxes. I've thrown out so many boxes over the years, such as my Dreamcast, my N64, my Sega Genesis. And do you know how much money I lost by doing that? I mean, I can't even, I can take a deep breath. Oh, I really screwed up there. So I vowed that I will never do it again, and I saved this box. But it, you know, it does have Mortal Kombat artwork on it, so hey, that's good enough for me. This thing is here to stay. I actually use it as storage. There's some stuff in there, so it's not just going to waste, but I would never get rid of that. Felix was actually making fun of me. He couldn't believe that I actually opened this thing up. He thought I was going to keep it sealed in that box, which I sort of wanted to do, but look, it's Mortal Kombat. I gotta play this thing. Even if I don't want to play it, I just like putting it on and staring at the attract mode, so it's something that I'm not sad that I opened it. I let that one go, but I still saved the box, so if I ever want to take this thing down, I could always put it back in there. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that. So most people that come over, when they see this, they just automatically think that it's a Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine. Well, not so fast. It actually has 12 games on it, and the only ones that matter to me are these: Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. A little disappointed that Mortal Kombat 3 is not on there, and most people are like, well, why do you care about that? It's the same game as Ultimate. But it isn't. It actually has an attract mode that has some of the best storyline images from any Mortal Kombat game. So I would like to see that one included. And that one is in the new edition coming out. So this is one reason why I may grab it. Toobin is on there, which is an amazing game. Very underrated game. About, you know, like a tube race in the water. It's awesome. Definitely, that's a great one. You got Gauntlet. I'm not too familiar with that. Same with Wizard of War or Joust. Rampage, classic game, just like the movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, only this video game, so much better. I definitely played this, and that's a cool addition here. You got Rootbeer Tapper. I don't think it's about drinking the popular soda, but could be something along those lines. You got Defender, probably like an alien game right there. Bubbles, would have preferred Bubble Bobble, but I'm not sure if Midway even made that. And the classic Paperboy, which was one of the first Nintendo games I ever played. I had no idea it was actually an arcade game, but so there are some cool additions besides Mortal Kombat, but really the only ones that get played around here are Mortal Kombat. So Felix has a question. He wants to know, what's my favorite part of this arcade game? Well, I would have to say definitely this side art right here. I mean, I just love this, and the sounds, of course. Don't make me laugh. But yeah, I mean, this is just awesome. I mean, I love this artwork. I love coming down here and seeing this. I've probably seen this face so many times. This is Raiden, who's played by Carlos Pacina. Feels like he's part of my family at this point. Like, when I get married, I would have him in my wedding party. That's how many times I've seen this face, just like this face right here. You know, these are just things that I'm so comfortable with seeing. Here you go. And it's just awesome to have it right in the comfort of your own home. And again, you know, I've had the original arcade machine. I purchased the original Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine. It was such a pain to have that thing. I mean, it weighs like 300 pounds. It's huge. I wouldn't even be able to get it into this room, never mind down the steps. You can't move it around. I mean, this thing's so lightweight, weighs about 70 pounds. The other day, I actually took it upstairs. It started snowing. I put it by my bay window, and I was pretending like I was living vicariously through Sub-Zero. It was like an out-of-body experience, wouldn't you say? He's got no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, so it's just cool. You can move this thing around anywhere. It's awesome. I would like to see some features like this here. It's just a sticker. I think they could have like maybe made this a little bit better, and I think they're gonna do that in the new cabinet. They're gonna actually have like molding, and you know, you're gonna be able to like pretend that you put a quarter in there or something. That'd kind of be pretty cool, but I really can't nitpick too much, you know. And here's Rootbeer Tapper right here. Looks really cool. You know, very old school style game. I've never played it. You catch empty mugs. Don't know what to do outside of that, but yeah, there's other games on there. If you're sick of Mortal Kombat, if you're sick of me talking about Mortal Kombat, there's other games you can enjoy on there as well. I mean, those are the only ones that matter to me and him. Oh, he's a big fan of Paperboy. But yeah, I mean, we basically just play the Mortal Kombat games around here. So, but yeah, I mean, I love the machine. Again, you know, the riser, the graphics, the light up marquee, the artwork. I mean, need I say more? If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, this is awesome. If you're not a fan of Mortal Kombat, hey, go get the Killer Instinct machine then, right? I mean, go get something else. But if you are, this is a fine piece to have in your collection. Woo! So, final thoughts. Well, it's no flawless victory. It could give your wallet a fatality, but you'll be able to have a lot of friendships with people when they come over. Because let's face it, who isn't a fan of this game? Everybody loves this game. And if you don't, well, you know what? This is what you deserve. Oh, it just doesn't get old. But yeah, we're big fans. Okay, so final verdict. I would definitely say if you're a huge Mortal Kombat fan, get this. If you're someone who's a casual Mortal Kombat fan, you may not want to grab it. And if you're somebody that's holding out, if you're someone that doesn't like to hear blood-curdling screams and watch intense blood and gore and violence or lifelike images, you also might want to hold off. But if you're someone like me who just grew up at this machine, I mean, look, this machine here, I probably spent the most time in any arcade playing this game. I mean, I remember just going back to, this was way before you were born. You know, it was like probably 1992, 93. I would get like $5, would go to the local mall, maybe go see a movie, get something to eat, and then just dump the rest of my quarters at the Dream Machine, which is what it was called, and would just play this game till no end. So I'd be able to come down here and see this in the comfort of my own home is absolutely awesome. But if you're someone who's not really into that, and you know, you just happen to get this thing, you might get bored of it pretty quick. When you see all the money you spent on it, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be feeling like that. Gotta stop doing that. You laughing at me?